Tumor Awareness Month. Dr. Jagannathan is here with us, passionate about the need for more research. So he's sponsoring a fundraising event at the Center for Yoga in Birmingham. He's here to tell us more about it. Doctor, thank you for coming in. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Tommy Mack, Mary Dunn. We'll get to the yoga portion in a little bit. I want to start with you, Doctor.
Sure.
So National Tumor Awareness Month, something you mentioned to me earlier. Since the 1930s, a subset with malignant tumors, life expectancy has been basically stagnant. That's a long time.
Yeah, brain tumors are among the most common types of tumors. There are over 700,000 cases in the United States right now, with about 70,000 diagnosed every year. And in spite of advances in medical technology, the survival rate for malignant tumors is as low as only about 30%, which is pretty astounding when you look at the amount of research money and other money that's going into treating these types of cancer.
So what is it about the brain that makes this so difficult?
There are a variety of reasons why it's difficult to treat. Probably the biggest is that the brain is protected from the rest of the body by a structure called the blood-brain barrier that prevents medications and other treatments from entering the brain. In addition to that, a lot of times these tumors are capable of developing, adapting and developing resistance to medications. So it's constantly a challenge, and it's not unusual to see a drug which may work temporarily, but with time the tumor is able to evolve some type of resistance to it for reasons that are unknown.
But there is hope. That's why we have research. Research costs money. We're going to try to raise some money coming up this weekend. Why are you doing that through yoga?
Yoga is an activity which connects the mind and the body, and it's something which is more about that connection more than it is concerned about physical status, health status, or anything else. So the idea is to provide money and awareness for this cause while allowing anyone in the community to participate, and that's the reason we chose to team up with the Center for Yoga and the National Brain Tumor Society.
Okay, let's talk with the Center for Yoga. So there are different types of yoga. We have hot yoga, vinyasa yoga. You were speaking today about yin yoga. What is
Yes, it's kind of the counterpose to vinyasa style yoga. We teach a lot of vinyasa yoga at Center for Yoga, and we also teach yin, and this workshop is going to be centered around yin, this donation class for brain tumor awareness. And the yin yoga is kind of like, if you think of what Mary's doing here, she's got a baby dragon pose where her hips are just, you're allowing them to find deeper release, as opposed to using your muscles to hold you up in a strong, like, lunging pose. So the yin is like kind of the counter pose. Like if you're a runner or do a lot of active, like muscular, energetic work, the yin is like the deep stretch, deep release, and you get even into the joints, the connective tissue.
So something for those who are in yoga, I feel like the mind-body connection, it makes perfect sense. For those who may not have practiced, how do you explain that connection to them before they've ever experienced it?
It's kind of like sometimes you come into the yoga room, yoga class, the mind is wandering, or like cloudy day, clouds in the mind. And by the time you leave, you spend an hour breathing deep on the mat, and especially in the yin poses, 3 minutes or more in a pose like this. And you leave feeling hopefully sunshine, you know, it's clear minds.
Sure, and you find that through the process. And it's always amazing to me when you watch a yoga pose. I mean, look at it, Mary's just laying on the floor. She's not doing anything, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
Right, there's a lot of inner work going on in there. So when she experiences a strong sensation in her body or has a thought come up in the mind, can she be still and come to the breath and be calm? And that's where the breathing really comes into play with yoga. So if you can, you know, just learn to practice the breathing, you can do this practice.
So the event coming up this weekend, of course, we want everybody and anybody. We're raising funds for a good reason. You don't need to have any prior skills.
No, we'll offer modifications, and most of the poses are going to be centered around the low back, the hips, the pelvis, and most of them will be down on the mat, kind of like Mary is now. And so it's a perfect way for someone who's never done much yoga to get to the mat and just experience and come to the breath and hopefully leave feeling, you know, a whole lot better.
So where are you located? When is the event? And how much money should we bring?
Center for Yoga in Birmingham, 555 building, downtown Birmingham. And if you just come down, share your love. Your presence will be enough to share our support for a great cause. It's a donation class, so any donation is appreciated. Okay. And come and share your presence.
And I should note, Dr. Jagannathan, your offices are going to match certain donations.
Yep, we're going to match up to $3,000, and all the proceeds are going to go to the National Brain Tumor Society, so it's all going for a good cause.
All right, great. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on this morning. We're going to head to break. We'll be right back.